Hello, everyone. You come to Chess Strategy, the YouTube channel that brings you daily chess puzzles and studies. Today, we're looking at a position where white has two knights extra compared to black against one pawn. The problem is that this knight is hanging, and this knight is hanging also from the rook. And if we lose one of these knights, it's going to be very hard for us to win. But anyway, there is a variation for white that brings victory to us in the end. So the question is, of course, how? Now you can pause the video, analyze this on your own, and think about it and see if you find out how white wins from this position. Go ahead. All right, welcome back. Well, as said, both our knights are hanging, and really there are not much alternative moves to look at. We can look at this. I mean, if we move this knight away from attack and instead attack the black rook, well, the problem is even the rook is threatening this knight, and this would be a draw. Even if we can take this knight, this pawn here. We are not winning this with a rook and a knight versus a rook. This is still just a draw. We need better compensation material than that to win, or we need to find some smart variation where we can really attack the black king or the rook. So, of course, there's no point in moving this one either. It will just be taken, and check here doesn't give us much. We will lose this knight, and we don't have any real threats anymore. So the correct move is, the starting key move is to give a check on b8 with our rook. Obviously, black can take this knight. Let's just see what happens if he doesn't. Well, if we move away to a2, something like this, it's really pointless for him. We will move our knight to b5, attack the rook, and when he moves the rook, we will be able to give a check here. And this is a beautiful little checkmate like this. So there's no point in moving the king to a3, a2 or a3. Really, this is going straight into a fork. That's not what black will do. Same if it goes up here, it goes straight into a fork, and we will lose his rook after this fork. So real interesting here is maybe if we move the king to c1, but that will give us the chance to move away this knight with a check, and after he moves his king, we can simply move away the other knight also. And now we have material enough to win. Two extra knights will win this in the end. It's going to be take some moves and some thinking, but for sure white is winning this. Okay, so let's back down. After the check, black will take this knight. We still have one knight up against the pawn and the rook, which in just material-wise, this is not winning. But with the king into the corner and the rook in a pretty bad position, white can still win this. Can you see how we win from here? Here we go. We play this knight to b5, attacking the rook, but more, we are setting up a very good trap into checkmating the black king here on a1. Of course, he has to move the rook. Let's see if he does something like this. Rook a2. What will happen? We will, of course, play the knight to c3. We are threatening checkmate. We're also threatening the rook, and there's nothing he can do about it. There's no stalemate traps like this. He cannot sacrifice the rook because he still has this pawn to move, so there will be no stalemate. And after a move, we will, no, not there, of course, we will checkmate here on b1. And if try something like this, rook to b2, well, it's just not good enough. We simply give a check here. See this, the black king cannot move anywhere because of the knight here, so he's forced to sacrifice the rook, which means checkmate in the next move. So after we play the rook to b5. The rook should come to a6. That will give him some chances with a check. Perhaps put the rook in between and see what he can do with that. Well, of course, we still play knight to c3, threatening checkmate right away. Okay, let's first look at this. What happens if black blocks this rook path to b1 with playing rook to b6? Well, here comes the check. And look at this. The king has to come up to b2. What happens then? A beautiful little fork. Check on a4. And the rook will be lost. And after that, well, he's going to lose everything. He's not even available to get a pawn against the rook because his king is too far away. We will grab that one also, and it's an easy win for us. Okay, so after knight c3, he cannot go here, and in order to protect against the rook b1, he will try something else. He will try with the rook check on h6. Now, but white still has to play the correct move, otherwise this is not winning. There's only one move for white here to keep on winning. Can you see which one? Pause the video again if you need. All right, here we go. We have to go down to g2. If we start attacking the rook, something like this, black simply play the rook to h1, and then it protects the b1 square and takes away all the mate threats, and this is not winning for white anymore. This is just a draw. So we have to be careful. After the rook check, we have to go down to g2, so we cannot allow the black rook to come to h1. Now he will try to give some perpetual checks here, and we will just be working on the second rank here. Our aim is to reach c2 with the king, and still, of course, black cannot play rook b6. Whenever he does, it will be the same variation with a fork here, and the rook will be lost, so there's no point. Instead, he can play with us a little bit longer until we reach the c2 square, and now there's nothing black can do. There's a checkmate here in 2 moves, and black just has to resign. So that's how you win this as white from the beginning. Give a check, force the black king down to the corner. We play rook b5 attacking the we play knight b5 attacking the rook on a7, followed by the knight to c3, and after that it's just a matter of time before we checkmate here down on b1. Right, thank you everybody for watching this little video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe if you're not already, and of course come back tomorrow. There will be another daily puzzle then, and I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye bye.